It was a loaded question from the prosecution, and Darlie Routier's image as a caring mother was in the line of fire. Prosecutors asked medical personnel who treated Darlie the morning of the attack, how did she react after she knew her boys had been killed? Nurse Christopher Wilgas said, her eyes were tearful, but there was not a whole lot of emotion. Trauma coordinator Jody Cotner said, most mothers are inconsolable. She was withdrawn, did not cry very often, was detached. Dr. Patrick DeLawn said he had never seen someone react the way she did. Jody Cotner also testified when she brought Darlie's surviving son Drake into her hospital room to give his mother a kiss, she turned her head away.
What we have is nurse after nurse, doctor after doctor saying that they've never seen a person in her position react this way. And it certainly goes to her ability to relate information. It also goes to whether or not she was truly grieving or not.
It's interesting the nurses' records that are in evidence. No one mentioned that she had a flat effect. It's not many of the nurses' notes. In fact, the only thing in the nurses' notes is that she was tearful, frightened, crying, emotionally upset, and all the nurses said she sat in her.
It was in the nurses' notes. They didn't talk about the deaths of her children, so they wouldn't refer to how she felt about that.
Her bed with the picking she would just and cry. She looked at. Witnesses also testified that a large bruise on Routier's right arm was a blunt trauma injury, not caused by a stab wound. Each one testified, though they treated her, they did not see the bruise while she was initially hospitalized. Prosecutors tried to convince jurors the 27-year-old got the bruise after she left the hospital. Sources say the prosecution may be going after this point so that Routier cannot claim she got the bruise fighting off an attacker.
But her family says they know dozens of people who saw those bruises while Routier was still in the hospital, and they plan on making a list of those witnesses to give to the prosecution. In Kerrville, Joe Munoz, Texas News 5.
So they're supposed to make a list of these people that saw the bruises and give it to the prosecution. So, well, they should have given it to the defense. But we've never heard of this list of people. I tend to believe what the nurses and the attending doctors had to say, as opposed to those that knew Darlie. They weren't there. The people that knew Darlie weren't there for medical reasons. I also heard from Jody Fitz myself before he passed away that he was concerned as he was pushing Darlie through to the exploratory surgery. As he was pushing her through, they had to pass Damon's room, and he was afraid that he would get a negative reaction, however, if she looked over and saw Damon. And as they were going down through there, the hallway, they came past Damon's room where he was laying there on his side. You could see all of his wounds. Darlie glanced over at him, and then glanced right back at the ceiling again and had no emotion, according to Nurse Jody Fitz.